Welcome to the CigarFati book collection by writer Ito Cruz. Today with more than 35 books dedicated to the world of Habanos. We're about to dive into a powerful story of transformation, all about mentorship, finding your real purpose, and it's all set against the amazing backdrop of Havana's culture.
You know, this one idea right here is the spark that lights up this whole story. It's not just a quote, it's a promise. A debt that you're meant to pay forward, not back. It's this idea that real success isn't just about what you get, but about who you lift up. You're going to want to keep this in mind, because it's the engine that drives everything we're about to talk about.
All right, let's jump in. Our story kicks off at what you might call rock bottom, right there on Havana's famous Malacan seawall.
So, meet Sandro Cruz. This guy is, by all accounts, a total genius when it comes to Cuban tobacco. I mean, he has this incredibly deep, specialized knowledge that people would normally pay a fortune for. But what good is all that knowledge if you can barely keep your family afloat? He's completely stuck in survival mode, selling cigars to tourists, feeling desperate and ashamed. All that potential just sitting there, completely wasted.
And then Dantes shows up. He's this super successful entrepreneur who, get this, was once in the exact same spot as Sandro. And this slide just perfectly shows the difference in how they see things. Sandro, he just sees himself selling a product to get by. But Dantes, he sees something else entirely. He sees a guy selling something so valuable that other people don't even know how to value it. He calls him a Ferrari without gasoline. All that horsepower, all that potential, just waiting for the right key, the right system to bring it to life.
So that one encounter, well, it changes everything. And that brings us to the next chapter of our story. The beginning of a mentorship that's about to completely rewire how Sandro sees himself, and more importantly, his own value in the world.
Dante's first lesson is a game changer. He looks at Sandro and says, "Your problem is you're selling the wrong thing." And of course, Sandro's confused. He sells cigars, right? But Dantes explains, no, you're selling Habanos when you should be selling a transformation. You see the difference? You're not just some guy selling a thing. You are a guide to an authentic, deep cultural immersion. The focus shifts from the price tag of a cigar to the value of an experience you'll never forget. And that's how you turn a one-time sale into a loyal client for life.
Now, to help Sandro unlock this new way of thinking, Dantes introduces this incredibly powerful framework. It's a Japanese concept called ikigai. And it's not just some business buzzword, it's a way to find your reason for being. Think of it like a Venn diagram for your life. It's that perfect sweet spot where what you love, what you're great at, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for all overlap.
So what's so cool here is how Dantes actually walks Sandro through this. Okay, Sandro, what do you love? It's not just cigars, right? It's the whole culture, the history, the art behind them. What are you good at? Well, he's amazing at creating these authentic experiences and teaching people. And what does the world need, specifically tourists in Havana? They are desperate for something real, something they can trust. They're tired of the scams. And finally, what can you get paid for? Not the cigar itself, but for exclusive access to your knowledge and, the big one, your trust. And just like that, boom, his real value is staring him right in the face. You know, this kind of brings up a big question for all of us, doesn't it? Just take a second and think about it. What's sitting at that intersection for you? The crossroad of what you love, what you're genuinely good at, and what the world is actually asking for. That's probably where your own untapped potential is just waiting to be discovered.
But look, having a clear vision is one thing, but putting it into practice when the pressure is on, that's a whole different story. Sandro's newfound purpose is about to get a serious reality check.
So, business starts booming. But with growth comes new headaches. Demand is exploding, so Sandro hires an experienced guide to help him scale up. But this guide starts cutting corners, swapping in cheaper products, giving a generic, boring tour. And then it happens. A client complains, saying, "This wasn't what I was promised." And just like that, Sandro's entire reputation, a reputation built on pure authenticity, is hanging by a thread. It's the classic crisis of growth.
And in that moment of pure panic, Dantes drops another piece of wisdom. He tells Sandro that fear isn't a stop sign, it's a signal. It's your brain screaming at you that this thing, this business, this reputation is deeply, fundamentally important to you. It's information telling you to pay attention, not an instruction to run away.
And with that new way of looking at it, Sandro acts fast. He doesn't think twice. He fires the guy who hurt his brand.
He personally steps in to handle the very next group, and he turns a potential disaster into this raw, honest, and totally unforgettable experience. But the most important thing he learns is this: you can't delegate excellence until you've taught it. He starts training his team not just on how to do the job, but on why their work matters so much.
And that crisis, it ends up being the final piece of the puzzle. It forces Sandro to evolve from just being an expert into being a true leader. This is the moment he goes from student to master.
Having gone through this whole crazy journey, Sandro actually boils down everything he learned into this simple, powerful system he calls the STEP framework. Systematize your focus, teach your value, execute with crazy high standards, and then propagate your success by training new leaders. You see, he's not just running a business anymore. He's built a machine that creates success, a machine that can eventually run without him.
And the result of all this? Honestly, it's just staggering. Look at this number. That isn't just Sandro's income. No way. That is the combined monthly revenue of the entire network of entrepreneurs that he and the people he's trained have gone on to mentor. That is the ripple effect of paying it forward. From one guy struggling on the Malecon to a multi-million euro economic movement. It is the ultimate proof that true success is measured by how many other people you help succeed.
Which, brings us right back to where we started. The story began with a promise to find your own Dantes and pay that mentorship forward. So now, the question really turns to you. With all the knowledge and experience you have, whose mentor, whose Dantes could you be? If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something new, subscribe to the channel because we are just getting started. And remember that you can now enjoy the complete collection of writer Edel Cruz on Amazon Book, today with more than 35 books dedicated to the world of Habanos.